Welcome to the New Canaan High School Gymnasium on the beautiful New Canaan campus. Tonight it's varsity wrestling, a dual meet between two longtime rivals, Darien and New Canaan. Hi everybody, I'm Damian Andrew. So glad you could join us for this collaborative broadcast between NCTV and DAF Media. Joining me tonight on the broadcast, to my left, your right on your screen, Joe Testa, the longtime wrestling coach in Fairfield County, and high school wrestler Joaquin Garcia Berg. Gentlemen, this should be interesting just because, if nothing else, these are two great rivals, longtime rivals. I mean, these guys play pinochle, and it's a big deal, right?
Big game,
I mean, one of the best rivalries, certainly in the state of Connecticut. Joe, let's start with you. Ben Broski, the first-year head coach for Darien, trying to continue to build this program, a program that Coach Greg Lewis and yourself have been building over the last several years. They've got some numbers that are up.
Yeah.
And then Paul Gallo, the longtime, and do we call him legendary head coach
we call him legendary.
For New Canaan,
Definitely.
has done such a great job with this program.
Oh, so consistent.
He's so consistent. They're coming off of fourth place finish at the Fairfield Ward Invitational, which is certainly a nice showing. 11 teams in that.
Yes.
In that field, but should be interesting tonight with a program kind of trying to be built and a program that's consistent.
That's been consistent. Yeah, it should be a pretty good match. I know Darien's got a couple key injuries they're dealing with, but you know, the team looks good. It's finally kind of an older team, mostly sophomores and juniors instead of the freshmen, sophomores we've had in the years past. I'm excited to see how they do against, like you said, just a consistent, solid team in New Canaan.
Joaquin, you're familiar certainly with this New Canaan high school wrestling program,
absolutely.
and Coach Gallo. Obviously, you guys just had a great showing, as I said, tied for fourth, and that Fairfield Ward Invitational. That had to be some good vibes coming off of that performance.
Yeah, I definitely think that performance definitely boosted the morale for a lot of us, a lot of strong finishes. I definitely think we can carry that into this match. Last year's match was really close, really tight. I remember it came down to the heavyweights.
The heavyweights, right? Yeah, I remember that.
Very tough match. And as we see here, Colin Cronk, the New Canaan 106, gets 6 points for New Canaan off of a forfeit from Darien. And now we're going to have the two 113s from New Canaan. We have John Ballyute
and Nina Smith from Darien. It should be a good match, and luckily for Darien, that is our only forfeit as compared to years past. Nina's a sophomore. She's been wrestling in my youth program since third grade. Very good, very technical wrestler, but I know John is a very solid wrestler as well.
I remember John, he started actually sophomore year wrestling. That was his first year wrestling.
Wow.
And I was shocked last year when he was putting up solid performances, picking apart his opponents as if he had done years in youth wrestling. And now, well, he's a senior captain. And again, at an award invitational, he made it to the finals.
There's a great outside single by Nina. Good defense by John, getting his hips down.
Oh, John gets behind, getting 3 points for New Canaan.
3, and I'm still not used to that. I still call it 2. Locking in the bar there. Hey, Nina's doing a good job, not giving up on that fight.
John's keeping her down, making sure she can't. She gets one leg up, then taking it right back down.
Great tilt here. He's going to get some back swipes. So he's earning back points here. He can earn up to 4.
He's got to get his hip more to the side and allow Nina to get away from that without getting pinned. But still, how many back points was that?
4 points on that.
4.
Yeah, got the full swipes. We're up to 7-0. Nina does a great job fighting. She really does not quit on anything.
Looks like John just dragged her back in. He does not want her to escape from this.
No, he's got great position, and he's got a great lock. He does not want to let her out of bounds.
This is such a great venue for high school wrestling. Certainly, it is the venue in Fairfield County. The FCX are held here every year.
Every year for the last, who knows, since I was wrestling.
John has a very strong tilt right here.
Another
back
great
points.
tilt. He really seems to like that bar tilt with that bar arm.
Lets her go, gets another 4, up 11 points now.
And 15,
Oh,
nice cradle. Oh, she does a great job sliding out.
She escapes right through, but John still has strong position.
We are watching the 113 bout. John Baliute and Nina Smith, senior against a sophomore.
Going for the armbar and the
Yeah,
half
and the
Nelson.
half there. That's a
But she's-
tight hold.
Baliute up 11-0 at this stage in the opening period.
Nice stand up here. She's got to be tough. She's
I
got
don't
to
think
break
he's gonna
that
let her
grip.
escape at that one point. No, he keeps her shut out for the first period in complete control, and he gets decision. What does he do?
He just goes
Oh, he
neutral
doesn't
again. He's
defer, he
looking
does
for that
neutral.
tech fall.
It's always interesting when the wrestlers, I typically see the wrestlers always defer. They want that
Yes.
advantage going in the third period. So whenever they do choose to do anything but defer going in second period,
It's odd, right? It doesn't
it's
make
always
sense.
odd, but it's usually when they think they have
She's
the
looking
advantage.
for that front headlock. Got the head buried.
Sean.
She's got to get that chin under control.
Elbow.
Oh, good dump by John.
Oh,
Another 3.
try to go for the half Nelson, but
He's 1 point away from a tech fall now, up 14-0. It's going to
gonna
cut
let
her.
escape.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna probably go for the takedown.
This takedown should seal the deal. Now, I'm surprised
Being-
we're not seeing John push for more takedowns here. He's
Well, that's 'cause
scoring
he
off
knows.
Nina's.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Takedown.
Great match.
Tech fall. 5 more points for New Canaan.
So that would put New Canaan up now 11-0 with that forfeit in the 106.
I think he realized at the end there, it's like he didn't necessarily need to push for a takedown. I mean, he's got time on his side. Eventually, someone's going to have to do it.
Right.
He's just going to let her do it, get the easy go behind.
He's got great defense, good counter moves he had there. Now we're moving to 120.
120, and
yeah.
that'll bring up the 120 weight class. Ellis Fry for New Canaan, a junior, taking on Jolie Lozada, a senior.
No, Ellis came in freshman year really strong. I was like, wow, a freshman can be this good.
Yeah, he was in the New Canaan youth program for a long
Youth, I
time.
think he was really good. I heard he was really strong youth wrestler. I heard good things
I know
from
this
Coach
is
Milligan.
Jolie's first year wrestling, so
Goes for the ankle pick, but she defends
Yeah,
it
he
well.
likes
Tries
it.
it again, but he gets it this time. That's
great
another
job
3.
getting to her base, not falling to her back or her belly. It's a nice tight waist he has there, though, looking for his.
Oh, it looks like
He's got a nice bar, nice waist.
Oh, but she's really strong on her neck.
Great bridge.
Fights it hard. Looks like the ref.
Right to that bar till. Again, great bridge.
Ref finally gives the back points, 4 points. Looks like it's sort of
7-0.
going the same direction as the last bout went.
He's in great position again with that bar.
Goes again for the tilt.
I can tell what you guys teach in your wrestling room. Those are great bars these guys are locking up. Nice and deep.
Yeah.
Again,
Ellis,
a great bridge. Wow. And a
then we
pin.
get another pin.
So a quick pin in the first
Round. Yeah, Ellis and John, they're typically practicing together, so it's not a surprise that they sort of went for the
Running
same
that same
the
move
bar.
set. Yeah.
Ellis Fry getting the win over Jolie Lozada at 120. New Canaan's lead increases to 17-0 as we're going to take a look now at 126. Nick Sarami, a freshman for New Canaan, taking on Harrison Williams, a junior for Darien.
Harry is a very strong wrestler right off the bat with that double leg. He came up through my youth program. He's been doing clubs in the off season.
Yeah, I knew a little bit about
Nice
Harrison
little
Williams going into this. I saw that he and Stowe Milligan had a very tough match at the Danbury Holiday Tournament.
Yes.
Stowe Milligan, also a very good wrestler for New Canaan, ended up winning, but only 5-3. Really tight, really intense, not high scoring. Just goes to show how strong of a wrestler Harrison Williams and Nick Sarami, freshman. He's been putting in good performances, but
both teams wearing black singlets, but Darien does have the D with the royal blue and the white, which you can see on the side of their singlet. Again,
great near leg
Harry
pick
Williams
there.
and Nick Cerami at 126.
Oh,
He's got to try to scoop the head to secure this pin, Harry. There he
we
goes.
go.
Arm.
The reverse.
There's that pin. Nice quick pin there. Come back from a couple losses, get a little
Hopefully
motivation.
that might boost the morale for Darien a bit.
I hope so.
Yeah, don't want to
a complete blowout.
Don't want to shut out against your biggest rivals.
That wouldn't be a good show. And Harry does the job getting the pin.
Now we got.
So 17-6 now, New Canaan, as Darien wins it at 126. And now we move on to 132. The sophomore from New Canaan, Stone Milligan, and the sophomore from Darien, Joe Lozada.
Who's Jolie's younger brother.
Yeah. See, I was hoping for a bit of a Harrison Stone rematch. Get a
I
really
was
good
looking
match,
forward
but
to that as
it
well.
Looks like
Playing a
Darien
little
coach
strategic here.
wanted those points.
Sometimes you got to be strategic in these matches
understandable.
and move kids around where they're going to get the best match.
Stone coming off a bit of a rocky start the season. See, he had football. He didn't do the wrestling conditioning, so he was a little bit behind everyone, but he came back really hard once he got his conditioning in, and you can see it. He started the match strong.
Yeah, nice and aggressive. Got that front headlock locked up tight.
It looked like for a bit he was. Oh,
nice Syracuse by Joe, but Stone stays with it.
Joe getting some smart defense here, like rolling through Stone's last attack.
Yeah, Joe's doing a great job maintaining a strong base, but yeah, Stone's going to score on that eventually.
There we go. Trying to stand up.
You are watching high school wrestling on NCTV and DAF Media, a collaborative effort between these two organizations, as we oftentimes do when New Canaan and Darien play each other in any sport.
I would like to point out, while the camera's not showing it, these are probably some of the most packed I've ever seen the stands, barring obviously the FCAC tournament. That just goes to show how important this rivalry between New Canaan and Darien is.
It does a great job in every sport of really filling the stands and getting the people in the crowd.
Wrestling's not a sport that people typically go out of their way to watch, but you know, the Bomb Squad made their little Instagram post telling people to show up.
Another great bar by New Canaan here. Stone's got that locked tight. Joe's going to have a real hard time. Great bridge. Oh, my goodness.
Stone keeps breaking him down, fighting hard.
That's a tough fight by Joe, and he gets the reversal. Oh, no. No control.
No control. Amazing defense from Stone to not let Joe get any of those points.
Sinks that half right away.
Tries to switch to a reverse half, but doesn't work, and the period ends.
This is the 132-pound bout. Joe Lozada and Stone Milligan, a couple of sophomores having at it on the mat here at New Canaan High School. Damian Andrew alongside Joaquin Garcia Berg and Joe Testa. So happy you could join us for this broadcast of Varsity Wrestling.
A little blood time here, a little bloody nose.
Bloody nose for Lozada. Varsity Wrestling between New Canaan and Darien. We are live from the New Canaan High School Gymnasium. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is the site, and it will be again this year, of the FCAC Wrestling Championships. And this place, as you mentioned, Joaquin, is always jammed. I've had the chance to cover that many times.
Joe, you said you're a youth coach. I'd like to ask, how important is it for those youth wrestlers to watch and sort of look up to those high school wrestlers? I see in a lot of New Canaan's matches, especially this one, Coach Milligan, the New Canaan youth coach, brings up all those guys to watch New Canaan wrestle. How important is that for sort of building the culture
I
in the
think
program?
it's one of the most important things for building that culture of wrestling in your town. To get the younger kids, like you said, seeing these matches, looking up to these high school wrestlers, and just really seeing what it's all about. I keep seeing them coming in here, and I love seeing that New Canaan youth kids are coming here. That really speaks to how you guys have such a strong culture and such a consistent program.
I've heard great things about New Canaan's youth program. My freshman year, head coach Rushton talking about how, at least in my freshman year, the New Canaan Youth Program had the highest amount of participants in its history.
Yes, and it has stayed big. That's a great defense by Stone again off that shot.
Trying to get this cement job in.
He's got a tight headlock. Yeah, he's working that cement.
Working it.
Joseph does a great job defending
Gets his 3, up 13-0. While Stone is up by a lot, I feel like it doesn't give a fair reflection to how hard Joey is really fighting. He's getting some good defense, catching Stone off guard a little bit. He almost got that reversal earlier.
For Stone's been at this a long time. Again, came up through that youth program in New Canaan. Joseph really started his freshman year here in Darien.
Really, freshman year. He's
got strong defense right now.
For only a year and a half of experience.
Like you said, it is
strong.
13-0. It's not going his way, but he's fighting hard against a very talented.
Those small, microsecond-long moments where Stone was always able to get the best of him. That's why he's up by that many points.
Right. He knows how to move and what to do in each situation.
This is 132. Stone Milligan from New Canaan taking on Joe Lozada from Darien, both sophomores, so their careers will continue on the wrestling mat after this season. You guys mentioned how important the youth programs are in various communities. I mean, look at Danbury and Fairfield Ward, what they have done over the last 30 years. They have dominated Fairfield County wrestling, public high schools, and they have great feeder programs. I mean, Danbury's one of the great programs in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, I'd say those two are the typical powerhouses, especially Danbury, Ward, especially these last few years, finally getting their shine. But I've noticed that this year the FCX is shaking up a little bit. Richfield's
on the rise.
Yeah, they beat Ward. I was shocked to hear that. I thought Ward would do a three-peat, sort of keeping the power of the FCX between them and Danbury, as Danbury seems to be on a little bit of a dip. Still very strong.
Still very strong, but you're right. They're
not
down.
Not easily winning FCX as they did. The last win was my freshman year. 2022.
Danbury usually would send 11, 12 kids to the finals in FCX, and now they're lucky to see 4 or 5 of them there.
Hopefully this year in the tournament we can see things shaking up a bit. Hopefully we get a lot of variety in those finals. It's not just, it's another Ward kid, another
it's Ward
Danbury
versus Danbury
kid.
Every match.
No.
And like you said, Richfield is on the rise. Another tech fall there.
And that's a tech fall for New Canaan's Stone Milligan. And
so Milligan takes it, tech fall. It is now 22-6 as we move to 138. New Canaan's Drew Mastronardi, another sophomore, taking on
Ryan Lombardi.
He's
a
junior from Darien. Yep.
Drew, I'm pretty sure he started his freshman year, not really any youth experience, but this year it's only his second year wrestling, but he's really impressed me with his grit. You can see right now he's fighting super hard. He doesn't have the experience, but he always, especially if you watch his double leg takedown, he just grabs the guy, he drives them, he just runs with them. They just can't get away with him. And even here, almost gets the 3.
Ryan is a very solid wrestler himself.
Well, look, see there, he's driving. He's just running through them.
It's a great sprawl by Ryan, keeping his hips down, his weight on top of his opponent. That stopped that shot in its tracks. He's got to keep his toes in here.
Drew trying to get out of bounds to save himself. Gets the leg again. Looks like he's going to go out of bounds. Yep.
What a great battle that was.
I know.
Great defense, great offense.
That's what I was talking about with
positions.
His offense is incredible. He always gives the opponents a fight, regardless of the difference in experience.
And Ryan he's a strong wrestler. He's a solid wrestler. He keeps good positions.
Drew, I think he definitely gave up a couple chances through just honest mistakes. Again, that just goes to show his lack of experience. But next year or even senior year, if he keeps the grit that he shows in his offense, I think he's going to be a fantastic wrestler.
I think so. Just from what I'm seeing here, he's good and aggressive. Great shot by Ryan. Way to fight for that 3-point takedown. Attacking the near leg.
We are getting some great visuals from our camera operator, Chris Blair, in this match. Great job out of Chris.
Great ankle pick.
Oh, he's got the arm trap there.
Oh, he's going to get some back swipes. Maybe not.
Drew punches his way out of that.
As long as Ryan can keep his toes in, he can continue to score. They're going to go out there, though.
Oh, Drew, very lucky, very relieved to be getting out of that, but he's still on bottom. Gonna have to get a quick stand-up if he wants to get out of this one. Ryan doing really well on top.
Yeah, got 9 seconds to try to get up and score here for Drew. But like you said, Ryan's pretty tough on top.
Lombardi taking on Mastronardi at 1:38 as the opening period comes to an end.
Sort of did the smart thing at the end there, just try to hold him down. There's not enough time on the clock to get a stalling call, so.
Yeah, might as well just put your weight on him, stop that movement. Now he takes bottom, looking for a quick point.
It's annoying,
here.
but perfectly legal.
Part of the strategy.
Drew on top now. Tries to go for the far ankle, tight waist far ankle.
Trying to pull both that far knee and ankle in. Ryan does a great job keeping that strong base, not falling to his hip.
He's got to grab.
He's got to free his ankle, though. There, now he's starting to work on it.
He's got to work it. Drew drags him back. He's got. If he grabs that far knee, he might be able to finish the job here, break him down fully, but goes for the overhook.
Now Ryan's getting a stall call here. They're saying he's not working. He caught that leg here, though. Here comes a reversal. There it is. It's a 2-point reversal for Ryan on a nice slip out the back door.
He does have a stalling warning.
He does now have that stall.
Oh, but Drew sort of rolls over.
Right to the back. He's got the head scooped. Great position. Great fight from Drew, though. Not staying down.
Oh, but looks like.
Uh-oh. There it is.
Drew gave a really hard fight again, but I think the real difference maker was just the difference in experience. Drew had a lot of opportunities he just couldn't capitalize on, while Ryan capitalized on his mistakes. Again, give Drew 2 years, especially his senior year. Going to be fantastic, going to tear up the FCAC no matter what weight class he's in.
So a big win there for Lombardi as Darien back on the board. The Blue Wave trail in this meet right now, dual meet between New Canaan and Darien. Wave trail 22-12 as New Canaan has taken a commanding lead. Next up at 1:44 is New Canaan's Parker Ivazai. And for Darien, it is Brandon Landerverd.
He is brand new to wrestling. This is his first year.
Really? I would not have, after the first few seconds, I would not have guessed that.
He looks like he's keeping good position here. Nice stance.
Yeah,
great
he's a
hand
sophomore.
fighting.
Yeah, it looks like this new Darien coach has been teaching the kids real good defense, I think. As
Very
we
good
saw,
defense,
Even
it
from the new guys, they've been showing strong defense.
Yeah, they've really maintained good position even when, we're going to have to fight hard. Yeah.
As we say that, though.
Quick pin.
And that is a big win for Ivazai Parker as he gets his hand raised to increase the New Canaan lead here in this dual meet. Goes over, shakes the coach's hands from Darien, and a big win for Parker there at 1:44. And it's 28-12, New Canaan up. We are now at 1:50. Captain Teddy Getz of New Canaan, the senior.
Strong wrestler.
Taking on Jackson Lucas of Darien, only a sophomore, so another underclassman for the Darien Blue Wave. So it's Lucas against Getz, a senior versus a sophomore.
Getz is a strong wrestler. I believe his older brother wrestled for New Canaan as well.
Tommy Getz was strong.
Very
Getz
strong.
In this team right now, historically, has probably definitely been the strongest one. If you look at his track record, sophomore year made it all the way to New England's.
Yes.
Junior year, last year, got really close but fell just short. He's, despite no matter what happens in the regular season, he always turns it up in that postseason. And I'd say a little bit of a shaky start with a loss in the first duel of the season, but he's been coming back. He also, just like John, got second place in the Fairfield Ward Invitational.
Jackson doing a great job here fighting. He is only a sophomore, but he's a very strong wrestler. He's another of the guys that came through my youth program. So he's got a little bit extra experience under his belt, but going against someone like Getz, that's a tough draw for tonight.
Looks like he stepped out of bounds for like a second there, but the ref didn't call it.
Another great shuck by Teddy. It's a very slick move.
Is Teddy going for points? Looks like he is. He's trying to go for what would that be, like the third tech fall of the night?
Third tech of the night. You got to be careful just looking for points because you might get caught coming out here. See Jackson grabbing the wrist. He could look for an ankle.
Strong double.
Great
by
double,
Getz.
boy.
Heard a bit of a slam on that last one.
Yeah, he blasted right through him. You see Jackson not rushing to his feet, trying to catch an ankle.
That's a gator roll.
Wow.
Oh,
that's a move you don't see often.
That's it.
That was locked up tight.
Wow.
So a big move to end things with 9 seconds left in the first period.
Bit of a switch.
Teddy Getz, the captain.
Bit of a switch up there. You thought he would be going for points. He was got that strong takedown in and thought he was going to let him up. No. Suddenly hit him. Nasty gator roll.
Got that nice headlock. Cranked it good.
Gator rolls. High risk but super high reward.
Getz.
Guess he was feeling confidence.
Pins Lucas in the opening period. And we're moving on now to 157. Joe Cerami, the junior. A couple of juniors in this one taking on, I love this name, Flynn Sullivan, another junior from Darien, as we are underway in the 157-pound weight class.
I think that's only the
Flynn.
And a throw.
Great head toss right off the bat.
A head toss this early in the match.
Flynn is one of these guys who he will not get pinned easy, but that was a great headlock.
Like I said, you don't see head tosses that early in the match.
No.
Those are typically reserved for when it's usually an all or nothing move, but Joe Cerami just did not care.
Flynn does a great job fighting back to his belly, not getting pinned off that big throw. Flynn is a great fighter. There is no quit in Flynn, but boy, that was a great headlock.
I think, well, a little bit jittery there. Is he going to call for blood time?
Is this?
That's what I think. Oh, looks like
might have an open cut on the forehead. For green. Yep, looks like Flynn might have had some blood on the forehead.
We're going to take another look at this.
Ear.
Oh. Jump.
It must have happened at that moment, yeah, whereas...
I think he was feeling inspired by Teddy Getz's gator roll.
Looking for another big move to follow up a big move.
Could we see that again, John Frieders? John Frieders, our producer. We're going to have that for you in just a minute. Let me just mention while we have a little break in the action here, our crew. You can't do this without student volunteers from both New Canaan High School and Darien High School. As I mentioned at the outset of our broadcast, this is a collaborative broadcast with NCTV and DAF Media. And here's another look at the...
steps through. What a great toss. And Flynn does just a great job here getting his hips turned around. Joe sticks with that head, though. He's squeezing tight.
It was such a good, strong head toss like that. I thought it was over just like that. But, again, back to my point earlier, it looks like the new Darien coach has been really drilling that strong defense into the guys. Despite no matter what the score was, no matter the difference in experience, they've always put in good showings.
They're fighting today.
Again, our crew, as I started to mention, Chris Blair on camera, Colin Finnerty, instant replay, Caitlin Kelly, graphics, and John Frieders running the show as our producer. NCTV's longtime advisor, Roman Cebulski. And it's Damian Andrew here alongside Joaquin Garcia-Berg and Joe Testa, two gentlemen who certainly know their way around a wrestling mat. And right now it's 34-12. That is the team score in this dual meet. New Canaan up big, got off to a fast start Darien's had some success, which is you're looking for as you move this program forward. You're looking for the baby steps, and you're looking to try to get wins at different weight classes and in different bouts.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Exactly.
But what we're seeing here looks very good, like a great continuation of what was being built in the last few years. Strong defense. They're not quitting on matches. Seen some good aggressive attacks and forcing New Canaan to defend, but New Canaan just doing a great job as well with their defense and their counter moves, able to take advantage of small mistakes.
We've got a break in the action at 1:57. The match between Joe Cerami and Flynn Sullivan. Cerami from New Canaan, a junior. Sullivan from Darien, a junior as well. So a couple of juniors having at it. We have a medical timeout here, if you will.
A little bit of blood time here.
Looks like
a minute 31 left in the first period of this bout. 157-pound weight class. Cerami, Sullivan.
Both coaches taking the time to talk to the wrestlers, give them some advice about, well, only 29 seconds of the match, but still giving a couple words of wisdom there.
Yeah, it looks like the bleeding has stopped. Now they're just cleaning off the equipment. Should be right back to the action soon. So what we're seeing here is blood time. So if a wrestler starts bleeding during a match, bloody nose, a cut, or anything that opens up, they're given 5 minutes total blood time throughout the match. As long as they're able to clean it up and get the blood stopped, they can go back out and wrestle, like we see Flynn coming back out here. If that 5 minutes runs out, the wrestler has to forfeit the match.
So we
that was
resume.
Probably about 2 minutes of his blood time. Great mat return, but he's going to call a slam because he had the arm captured.
Darien gets
so when you lift someone into the air in wrestling, you are responsible to bring them back down safely. And new rules say that if you have the arm captured of the wrestler going down, you cannot return them safely, which is why Flynn was given a point there for an illegal slam.
Joe Cerami going for
looking to lock a cradle up here.
But
Flynn's got to keep that arm. He's got to try to put it over his head.
Going for a far side cradle here. He's trying to fight for it, but it looks like Flynn was able to get away.
And again, Flynn.
Joe going for another strong mat return.
Oh, good half here.
He tries to roll through it.
Flynn
Joe almost gets the half, but Flynn fights hard. Going for a bit of a quad pod. What's he going to do from here? Joe breaks him down once more.
Looking for whatever he can get here.
He's really going for that cradle, whether it's far side, near side, whatever.
He very much wants to lock that cradle up, it looks like. Flynn doing a great job, staying wide, staying strong. But Joe just on top, very tough, very strong.
Yeah, 24 seconds left in the period. Flynn's gonna have to move fast if he wants to get his 1 point.
Yeah,
Joe is keeping him on the ground, not letting him get up. Every opportunity he gets, just
back
goes
in that
for
quad
a
pod.
cradle.
Oh, there's a locking hands. The ref missed it. It's okay. There it is. So when you're on top, you are not allowed to grab your own hand. It gives you an unfair advantage.
As long as the opponent, if at least one of his hands or one of his knees is touching the mat, you cannot touch your two hands together.
And that goes for anything. You know, you can't lock your hands, touch your hands.
Hell, even sometimes I had a ref call me because my hands slapped together once. I was like, that gave me zero advantage, ref. Come on. But they're really strict with that rule.
Yeah, the littlest thing can do, even if your fingers just barely touch, they're going to call you and you're going to give up a point.
After the first period at 1:57, it is Cerami up 5-2, facing Flynn Sullivan.
A little gamesmanship here. They're realizing that, you know, maybe they don't want to take top. They'd rather let Flynn up to give him 1 point so that John can keep working his takedowns.
going for a strong collar tie.
Good
Tries to go for a
stop and
takedown,
Flynn
but it's a little
shot there.
slow. Joe throws him away, trying to readjust himself. Flynn is pushing hard against Joe.
Yeah, it looks like
About
Joe
to push
might be
him out of
getting a little
bounds.
tired here.
If Joe doesn't do anything, he might get a stalling call. That'll be bad.
Yeah,
Conditioning,
close score.
so important in this sport, just
So
like in
important.
so
Oh,
many
boy.
sports.
You see that sophomore year I did football, and I missed out on 2 whole weeks of wrestling practice. Oh my gosh.
There's nothing
Coming back.
like wrestling. Yep.
Especially because when I came back, all the new guys had already been caught up, so we just went straight into live wrestling. You know, normally you spend the first 2 weeks or a week, you sort of teach you the basics, you know, the takedown, top moves, bottom moves, and then you go into live wrestling. Of course, I'd already had a year of experience before that, but still, being thrown straight into live wrestling was something
tough.
else.
You've
Yeah.
got to
So
get
there's
back into
that
wrestling.
stall call for Joe that we were expecting.
There we
He
go.
hasn't looked for any sort of takedown. And with stalling, the rule is that you have to always be trying to improve your position or score. And by backing up and playing defense and not attacking,
He doesn't have enough.
Joe is
he doesn't
not.
have enough time to play that game. You know,
Right.
he's gonna get that stalling call eventually.
So the next stall call given to Joe would result in another point for Flynn.
Oh, and we got blood time for New Canaan now.
Our
Apparently
blood time today.
for New Canaan, ref sort of signaled, on that shoulder armpit area. So blood
Close.
time. Each team has 5 minutes each, so Joe isn't being punished here for the amount of time that Flynn took up.
Right, right. And close match here, 5-3, 37 seconds left in the third period.
On one hand, I think Joe should do that whole defensive thing again, but on the other hand, he can also afford.
He could give up one stall point.
But
Great shot
it doesn't
there.
look like he's going for that. Trying to go for the takedown, but going out about.
Oh,
Ooh, that's gotta
ouch.
hurt.
On the hardwood is not fun.
Both benches are getting really loud here. Really tight match here. Less than 30 seconds left.
One takedown could be the difference here. Flynn needs to try to push this tempo and score quick.
Close match between these two gentlemen.
Flynn's
Sarami.
really got to push it.
Yeah, it looks like Joe went for that one takedown. It didn't matter if he didn't get it. It would give him enough time to stall out the rest of the match without losing another point. Yep.
Oh, that was second period. So now we're in the third period.
After the second period, 5-3. Sarami up by 2 points
Looks like
on Flynn Sullivan.
Great ankle pick as Joe tried to turn into a switch there. Good awareness by Flynn. I don't know, Joe's starting to look a little tired here. Oh, good counter on that half.
Joe can't let Flynn get any back points. That could spell
Comes to half again.
best case scenario for Joe. He ties the match. Well, of course, you don't want that. You want to win.
All right.
2-point lead is barely anything, especially now with these
It's
new
with the three-point takedown.
Three-point takedowns. Points rack up so fast. This season, I'm seeing so many tech falls.
Oh, it's going up, 20 points a match sometimes.
It's
Crazy.
insane. I heard that rule, I think, was applied to the NCAA first last season.
Yes.
I thought it'd be a college-only thing. Coaches told me this year, on us, it's now for us too. I was like,
Uh-oh.
oh.
It definitely takes some getting used to. Flynn's doing a great job here on top. He's
Looks like
really
that-
trying to get that half in.
Joe got another stalling warning against him, so that gives Flynn another point. Joe goes straight at
Tries
it.
to rush
up
right
two.
back in. He's got to shoot. Oh.
Ref saves Joe
Saved
there.
by the ref, yep. And now that's odd. You normally don't see refs stop it for headgear getting pulled down like that.
See,
See, Gallo seems to be questioning a call of some sort. Blocking, illegal slam. They let him up.
They're making sure they know the point totals.
Yes,
for
and now I'm trying to add it.
Yes,
Sorry.
and right now it's a 2-point. We're going to take a look at.
I believe they gave one
points
extra
are
replay
correct
really
here.
quick
Nothing,
here.
nothing changes. 48 seconds left in the match.
When he went out onto the hardwood floors, we just saw that replay. Back to live action. 44 seconds remaining.
Great head snaps here.
Final period.
Strong sprawl from Joe there.
Great sprawl. Good reaction time. Flynn's really got to keep working for this takedown. If he's got to snap down here, get his hips to the mat, just like that.
He's gonna go for the.
Oh, he let it go.
Stay strong. Goes for the takedown. Joe's got the front headlock.
He's got that headlock locked up tight.
Goes for the leg, but nothing.
Flynn's got to go now. He's got to go now.
Expecting something big here. Someone's gonna try something. Who knows how it goes? Guess I'm wrong.
Oh, wow. What a match. What a battle.
Tried something, but not enough time.
So I think it's safe to say that might have been our match of the night
That's
so far.
certainly
For
so
now,
far.
yes, absolutely.
At 157, Joe Cerami wins 6-4, 2-point advantage over Flynn Sullivan. A couple of juniors having at it on the mat, and both look absolutely spent.
Yeah.
As
See,
they
that's
went
why I
the
was hoping
distance.
for the 132 Stone versus Harrison, but
Right, I'd love to see a match like that.
but hey, we got something. We got something in the end. We got.
Now I would argue, New Canaan, your strongest wrestler is coming out here in Mako.
You could say so, yeah. Just based off this season.
We're going to show a little bit of the previous match here at the end.
Yeah, you see Flynn's got him on his heels. Just trying to clear those hands.
And now we are live action at 165.
Oh, a little
Mako
step
of New
through
Canaan.
here, the trip.
Espinoza for Darien.
Trip, head toss. Gets his.
Got his
three.
four.
Four.
Yeah, got his 4 swipes, so we're up to 7-1 with that escape.
Jonathan Espinoza against
Mako.
Finn Mako.
Finn Mako is probably one of the best freshmen I have. Well, now he's a sophomore, but last year he's one of the strongest freshmen I've ever seen. Sophomore year, only even better. Coming from a wrestling family, his dad,
Yes.
very, very good wrestler. His
cousins are great down in Florida, great wrestlers.
Yeah, Finn Mako's younger brother is also here on the wrestling team. Finn Mako, he should be a junior, but he did repeat a grade back in, I think it was middle school. I don't remember which grade it was, as I didn't really know Mako back then. You don't really know the other kids.
Right.
Mako is coming off a third-place finish in that Fairfield Ward Invitational, which is a nice showing for him,
Great
as you
showing.
mentioned, Joaquin. Just a sophomore, so hopefully for him, he has some bright days ahead.
For sure.
Now, I don't know about that strategy of his of
Tries to
standing up,
trip.
but it seems like it's working here with these over-under rear trips.
Gotta sink that shoulder down and get the pin. Looks like he's gonna get it, at least from this perspective. Oh, but he lets him punch right through.
Lets him up again, looking for another tech fall. 13-17-2, that is a tech.
fall. Had to get those back points in first.
So
and
a
that
tech
makes fourth.
fall here as
Third,
Finn
fourth,
Mako
Fourth, I
gets
think.
the win over Jonathan Espinoza.
You can really see these three-point takedowns kicking in.
Yeah. And like you said, they really build that score up quick. I mean, that one was 17-3 in
Suddenly
3 minutes.
here. We got the
Again, you are watching this varsity wrestling match on NCTV and DAF Media, a collaborative effort for these two broadcast organizations. Damian Andrew alongside Joe Testa, Joaquin Garcia-Berg.
Just
as we
replay.
take a
Great
look at
position.
Replay of the
He
end of the
knew he
match.
had the tech there, so
he knew
lets
it. He
his
let him
opponent
get
go.
up. Just walked away calmly.
So now we're at 175. Dylan Mastriani the senior for New Canaan, taking on William Wychulis, also a senior.
Yes.
Dylan is, I know, I've heard of the
Great glass double. Wow.
Ooh, wow. Dylan, he has one of the best potentials I've seen. He's just a little bit, on and off of wrestling. When he's on, it's almost nobody can stop him.
He's doing a great job here on top. Locked up his cradle. Williams got to try to extend his leg here and break that grip, but he just had that locked up. Sometimes it's very hard wrestling those long, tall wrestlers.
Oh, I've wrestled Dylan in practice before. I hate it.
So Mastriani pins Wychulis at 175. So that bout goes to the Rams as New Canaan extends its lead. 48-12 right now over Darien in this dual meet here at the New Canaan High School Gymnasium.
I think mathematically New Canaan has this win, pretty sure. 3 bouts left, 6 points, so 18.
Yeah, mathematically they're out. That would get them up
over,
to
but
4.
Just because the team has won, it doesn't mean these wrestlers are going to give up.
Yeah,
they want
no one's going to give up a win easy.
Yeah, these bouts are important, these next 3. We are at 190 now. Heath Berry, a freshman, taking on Fletcher McMahon.
Yeah, he had a good sprawl there, but then Fletcher started driving. Heath got the sole of his shoe caught in the mat. Those are
back to that front headlock. Fletcher's looking to attack that leg, though. I really like that as a defense. He's gonna want to try to, good spin behind. As you might have heard, there's that stalling call for not moving for Fletcher. He just stayed still too long.
Here.
There's a locking hand.
Yep.
And there's locking hands on the way down, so Fletcher's going to get 1 point here.
Ties the score. 4-4 already. Wow.
I don't think that's the right score.
Let's see. Heath had an escape. Then he got his takedown. And obviously,
Takedown and the
Flynn
point.
got his takedown.
So 4-4.
Yep, 4-4.
He's got it. Nice move there. Quick escape. Gets right back to offense.
McMahon picks up another point, up 5-4 with about 40 seconds left in the opening period. We are at the 190-pound weight class. So a good bout between these two early on here, Joe.
Wasn't expecting much, but they've pleasantly surprised me so far.
It's been a good battle. Fletcher's another, coming from my youth program, football player, very physically strong, great shot.
Strong finish.
Great finish there. He's got to try to work up the body, try to get under the arms.
That'll do it for the opening period. We go to period number 2 as Fletcher McMahon, the sophomore, up 8-4 after 1 in the 190-pound bout here at New Canaan High School. Dual meet between the Rams of New Canaan and the Blue Wave of Darien. New Canaan will go on to win this up right now, a commanding 48-12 with this match and 2 more remaining. Our 215 and our 285. Damian Andrew alongside Joe Testa and Joaquin Garcia Berg here at New Canaan High School.
Got to see a little bit more movement out of Fletcher on bottom, or he's in danger of another stall call, which will give his opponent a point. There we go. A good escape, good strong stand up. Puts him up 9-4 there with that 1 point.
Last season, I would have thought 5 points. That's really tough to
come back. Unbeatable,
but
2 takedowns. Oh, a headlock of his own.
Head toss.
Not as flashy as Joe's from earlier, but another strong headlock.
But who else had a head toss? Well, Mako kind of had a trip, not a full head toss, but still.
Now, this is not a comfortable position to be in on bottom. Fletcher's got a great grip here. He could really sit and squeeze for the rest of the
ahead
period.
A little bit more.
McMahon
like
putting the pressure on here.
Got a bit if he squeezes. There we go. That might do it.
Heath is doing a great job here, not giving up.
Putting his hand just. There we go.
There it is.
And he gets the pin. So McMahon, the sophomore from Darien, takes down the freshman Heath Berry from New Canaan at 190.
You know, those positions are always so hard to get out of. It's like it's
So
a position
hard.
where it's like, you know, you should be done, but you just can't give up. You have to fight.
You gotta fight. You gotta work through.
You basically just gotta hope it's the opponent starts getting a little bit arrogant, lets you get up, think he can get more points, and then maybe you can come back. But most of the time, if they're in that position, there's no way.
Taking another look at the pin
just
here.
locked up
you
so
can see
tight.
he leans, he scoops the head more, leans into it more, trying to force
Heath
the shoulder
is chasing the feet around, trying to stay.
Charlie
Liam with
O'Neal,
the shot in the first 8 seconds.
So here we are at 2:15. Charlie O'Neal of New Canaan, the junior, taking on Liam Lyons, the senior from Darien.
Another cradle here, locked up very. Oh, he does a good job breaking out, though.
Charlie, maybe a sophomore, but he actually didn't wrestle his freshman year. Obviously, personally, I don't know what happened, but you know, he came back this year. Had a bit of an injury at the start. First, it was, I can't remember, it might have been something with the shoulder. Then he had a concussion. No, it was concussion, then something with his toe.
Oof.
But clearly, that has not slowed him down.
Still looks very strong.
I know his older brother, he's in my grade. He also had really good potential.
Liam turns it around on him here.
That's not good.
Caught that leg. He's got a, had a chance.
If Charlie could just get around, get that arm off his leg, he can get 2 points. Actually, no, because no, it didn't count for a reversal, so no points, actually.
Yeah, no points there. Liam never had control when he came around.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to go for that far side cradle. Then the near side. Liam turns
He really wants to, he's got a half year locked up.
Half year.
Great position by him. He's going to want to get
really
his
high.
hips back.
Yeah, he's really, his feet flying off the air, but.
He wants to be chest to chest, and right now he's got stomach on chest.
Yeah.
Great fight by Liam, not giving up.
He keeps doing that. Yep, see now Liam's got his leg.
Lyons gets out of it.
Another great fight by Liam.
O'Neal is already up 14-0, so.
Still very strong. One more point is going to do it for New Canaan, so Liam's got to be very careful here.
And that brings the second period to the first period to a close, going on to the second period now. They are quick with the scoreboard,
I'd
which
be
is
surprised if Green does anything, but they go neutral. An interesting decision. An interesting decision.
Maybe the second to last thing I picked. See,
that's why he's going to score
Charlie
quick.
was dominating him in neutral as well. That's why he got 14
That's going to give us the 5th tech fall of the night.
5th tech fall. These 3-point takedowns are really making the match
These new
go
points
fast.
have really,
Yeah, I'd like to ask you a question with the amount of time we have between matches. Do you really think these 3-point takedowns are actually pushing offense in wrestling? Because that's why I assumed the rule was added for.
That is why they added it, and to make it a little bit more exciting for the crowds.
But now some guys are not even going for pins; they're just going for tech falls.
Takedown over takedown.
And you want them to go for.
You want them to work
That's
the full
why pins
range.
are worth more. But
Right.
some people are like, you know what? It's just my match. 1 point hopefully won't make the difference
in the team score.
And I mean, to be fair, if enough tech falls are happening to where it starts actually making a difference, I think that just starts to question the full strength of the other team. So it's never really a dilemma.
Final match of the night at 285. Peter Brandt of New Canaan taking on Brady Harwick of Darien. Couple of juniors on the mat right now, and Brandt coming off a big effort in that Fairfield Ward Invitational, where he was a third-place finisher at 285.
Peter Brandt has been one of the most clutch wrestlers I've seen. Last year in the Darien duel. It was his match that decided the win for New Canaan.
Against Brady. This is a bit of a revenge match here between these two.
In the Danbury Holiday Tournament, I think it might have been the quarterfinals, I heard Peter was down by a lot against a really strong opponent, and he just somehow pulled the pin out of nowhere. And again, in our first duel of the year against Wilton, it all really depended on Peter's match. It was tight, but then suddenly Peter again pulls another pin out of nowhere. Peter just really knows how to
pull out that win.
Pull a win when you just don't expect it.
You know, Brady is a wrestler like that as well. You know, he tends to do his best when his back is against the wall.
To me, I mean, of course.
Right now, great battle between these two. Just fighting for position, trying to see what they can get.
Oh, thought he was going to go for a head toss there.
Yeah.
That's the most, you don't really see.
Not quite at this level.
You don't really see double legs in the heavyweights. More like the head tosses.
It's usually
the
tosses, some sort of front headlock.
I mean, it's fun to watch. I can't argue with that. But, I mean, I think this year I've been seeing a little bit more, especially out Peter. You know, you could tell just by build, he's probably a little bit more agile. If it wasn't for the time constraint, he could cut down to 215. But again, he's too heavy, not enough time. It's just not worth it.
It's yes.
But that also does put him at a disadvantage.
Brandt and Harwick at 285, no score heading into the second period now, so a good competitive match with the big fellas here.
This
Final
is
match of the
that
night.
usually happens with the big fellas.
Point as
if one person gets a nice toss in, 90% of the time I see it just doesn't really, the momentum doesn't really switch. So, you know, if it goes to second period, it's typically low scoring.
Yes, these are typically low-scoring matches. This is very important because the first point determines who gets choice if this match goes to overtime.
Oh, Peter
almost
got
had a
his
nice
backwards.
tilt. Don't see tilts at
Goes for the
285.
arm
Great
bar.
bar.
Oh.
Great bar. Brady's fighting through. He's got to punch his arm all the way.
What am I looking at here? What a pin.
What an interesting pin.
First time I've seen that.
Did not see that very often.
Explosive effort from Peter Brandt as he follows up his third-place finish at the Fairfield Ward Invitational with a big win over Brady Harwick in this dual meet matchup. And New Canaan, they will win the overall score here, the team match. 59-18 over Darien, as there is your final. The Blue Wave will fall to 0-8, and New Canaan improves to 9-2. Damian Andrew alongside Joe Testa and Joaquin Garcia Berg. And your impressions, Joaquin, of New Canaan's effort tonight?
Well, I absolutely think that they were able to carry a lot of the momentum. A lot of the guys, you know, all the guys who placed high in the Fairfield Ward Invitational really showed out today. We're only missing Michael Gabriel due to injury from a concussion that he sustained in his in the final. Unfortunate, Michael. When you look at his record in tournaments, I'd say he's probably the best on the team. I mean, he was the first of us to reach a final happening in the Danbury Holiday Tournament. Of course, many others joined him in the last one. But other than that, I'd say very good for New Canaan. Hopefully, we can continue this. You know, it boosts the morale. Our last meeting was against Ward. Didn't go well at all. Hopefully, we could just clearly we've shrugged it off. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Well, Ward is certainly one of the heavyweights, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Ward in recent years and even over the last 30, they're the only program that's really given Danbury a test.
Danbury.
In fact, I believe, I can't remember the exact number, but they were the first team other than Danbury to win the FCAC championship in decades.
Yes,
it was,
Danbury had a 20 year streak of FCAC
since like the early 80s, and then it was like 2010 or 12. Ward won it, and then again
Danbury came back.
They started a little bit of a dominance with a back and back.
We're going to take a look. Obviously, I mentioned this is a collaborative effort, this broadcast between NCTV, advised by longtime advisor Roman Cebulski, and DAF Media. This DAF Media is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, brought to you with support from Terry and Nancy McGraw. We're going to take a look at our broadcast donor wall for DAF Media. We want to thank all these people for their generous donations to DAF Media. We have 50 plus student volunteers, and every little donation helps the organization, DAF Media, a nonprofit, and we want to thank all of you who appear on that wall. Thank you so much. We want to thank our entire production crew again. Student volunteers from both DAF Media and NCTV, our producer who did a terrific job, John Frieders. I am Damian Andrew, Joe Testa, Joaquin Garcia Berg, but I mentioned John Frieders. There he is. There's his name right there. Roman Cebulski is our advisor. John Frieders is our producer, and Caitlin Kelly, our graphics operator, Chris Blair, our camera operator, and Colin Finnerty, our instant replay coordinator. As you can see, all those names right there. And we're going to take you now to NCTV's sponsors. They could not do it without the generous support of their sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!